tell you today was, what is the difference between being a boss and being an employee? Now, last night I dug out a job that you just saw, and that was, the sun was in the camera because it is now starting to get dark. The fall season is coming in, and it's starting to get darker earlier. So we had poured a job, and we had finished probably around 3 o'clock. So I let the men go home, so they were happy. They got to go home early on a Friday. And I decided to cut halfway across the island to dig out this walkway so they could start setting it up in the morning. And the reason why I did that for today was because I wanted the men to get a head start on the day rather than waiting for the Bobcat to dig, and it would save an hour and change of nonsense. Whereas now it's 9:30, we would just be finished digging. They wouldn't have even started to set up, but now they've actually started to set up the job, and they already have 90% of it framed, so they could get the cement truck earlier. And that's a bonus, not only for them, but for myself. You're going to have a lot more responsibility on your hands. So if we start talking about comparing and contrasting it, now, an employer, you're going to do more hours. Now, I do about 60 hours a week to maybe 70 hours a week, whether it be on the site work, paperwork, or just miscellaneous. Visiting job sites, going to a meeting, picking up checks, whatever it may be. So, for my week is a long week. I basically work 10 to 12 hours a day every single day. As an employee, you'll do 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, 48 if you work Saturdays or Sundays. Okay, that brings me to my second point. Not only the hours logged, but every day you go out there, you're not going to make money. And that's a very common misconception with people, is that you're not going to win every single day. Just like a baseball team doesn't win every single game. No matter how good that team is, you don't win every day. So you're not going to make money every single day you go out there. You're going to have times when you're a little slow on work, but you bring in the whole crew because you have to keep everybody working. And you can't leave people home and not give them their work. They're relying on you for their pay, for their life. So you're living a little bit of a different lifestyle. You have more responsibility because your employee, typical employee, will only have the responsibility of their family. You have the responsibility of your own family plus them, because they're relying on you. And if you're a good employer, you think about these things. So every day you go out there, things are going to happen. You may not make money. You may lose money on a job. You may misbid a job, whatever it may be. So that's a very popular misconception with people. People think every day your truck leaves the yard, you're making money. Same thing for a pizzeria. They may make, let's say, $1,000 on a Saturday. They may make $200 on a Monday. It'll balance out, but the point is that you don't make money every single day. Another thing is, an employee is just responsible to themselves, where you're responsible to your customers as well, meaning that, you know, you have to give the customer a good job and you're putting up with more nonsense. The employee comes, does their job, goes home. If you're the boss, you're on the job, a neighbor comes out, I get that a lot, a neighbor comes out, starts hollering at you for any reason. And it may not even be anything you're doing. I basically get yelled at by people because they're upset we're building homes across the street. They're not necessarily upset with anything I'm doing. They're just upset in general and want to yell at someone. So you take a lot of crap. You're going to take crap from your employees. You're in a labor-intensive business. You know, your employees are going to give you crap. They're going to be miserable, and you're going to be there. And you're going to have to deal with that. So you're going to take a lot more garbage than an employee will. So a friend of mine did the same thing. he looked at everyone else and said, well, gee, everyone else is making tons of money being a boss. He didn't realize you have to go out and get work. You have to do great work, get a good reputation, build yourself up for years to get to that point where you want to be at. He thought, I open a business, corporation open, instantaneous money. And that is a very popular misconception as well. It's going to take you time to get your wheels off the ground. It's just, it doesn't happen overnight. And you can, and the harder you work, the better and the bigger you will be. But again, no matter what you do, it's going to take time. You're going to start out slow, and you're going to lose money probably for the first 2 years, maybe even 3. It's just going to be time, and you got to dedicate yourself to it. You got to have that vision, and not everyone has it. Being